everybody. Oh, I can't even get through the intro. We're back. We're back with I guess my new favorite pastime, which is looking and seeing what the fuck the press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, however you say her last name, I still don't know how to say it, is doing. And I guess they sat down with her. CBN Chief Political Analysis David Brody's exclusive interview with White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. She opens up about her faith, revival happening in America, politics, and more. They did this for me. They did this for me. I am so excited. Like, if you clicked on this video, you're gonna think I'm like a fan of hers or something. Listen, I don't like this woman. But she's so funny. Like, in the same way that, like, Trump is, like, telegenetic, I guess, and, like, even though as much as you, like, hate him and as much as he's, like, saying, like, the worst shit possible, he does it in a way that, like, it's funny. He'll say shit like, "Everything's computer," and it's like, that's the stupidest fucking thing ever, and yet, fuck off, I hate you, I don't wanna be quoting you, I don't wanna be going, "Everything's computer." It's that same kind of thing. It's that same kind of thing. Um, we're just gonna watch this. I'm going in completely raw. It could be completely boring. We'll see what happens. I saw this and I was like, "Oh my god, someone sat down and interviewed her. This is so fascinating to me." Again, I will give a little bit of like an explanation here. I have this weird we can call it parasocial. We can call it parasocial. I have this weird like parasocial connection to this woman. I don't understand it. She's like a year older than me, and it feels weird. I feel like someone my age should not be working in the White House like this, and like she's the youngest press secretary ever, and I'm just fascinated by this woman having this position. I'm so fascinated by it. I don't know why. Look at what she's wearing. Why is she dressed like that? They literally just put a frock on her. Like, what is she wearing? Her outfits are always so awful, too. They're always so bland. Like, no style, no riz whatsoever. Caroline, I don't know how you manage to do it every day. All right, we're gonna just get into it because I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Caroline Leavitt, exclusive interview on faith and politics. Deep breaths. Let me take a deep breath. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Karoline, great to have you here. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, great to have you here.
Great to have you. Great to be with you. Thank you, David.
Let me ask you real quick. Here's the first question. Okay, how much sleep do you get? Let's just get right to the bottom line here. I mean, I'm going 4 hours, and I think that's high. I think it's less. What's the over/under? What are you getting a night? Come on.
Oh man, it's a little.
No, I can't. Oh no. It's so ugly. I know she's like, I mean, this is like what, Christian, I don't know what CBN stands for. I assume it's Christian Broadcasting Network. It makes sense that she would be nunned up here. But like, oh my god. Could she be covered more head to toe in an outfit? Like, her arms are even covered. Is she not allowed to show forearm? Like, I've seen her show arm before. It's not like this is like a personal thing for her. She's shown shoulder. She's shown scandalous shoulder before. And you're telling me that she can't even show arm here? What is happening? All right. All right. We're only 12 we're only 12 seconds in. I can't.
The bottom line here. I mean, I'm going 4 hours, and I think that's high. I think it's less. What's the over/under? What are you getting a night? Come on.
Oh man, it's a little bit over actually. It's usually about 5 to 6 hours a night is what I'm doing, which is all we need.
I love how this interview started by asking her the riveting question of how much sleep do you get? Caroline, how much did she say? 5 to 6 hours? I mean, that's honestly probably better than I thought.
We stay late and we don't sleep much, but we're having a lot of fun here.
I bet you are. Let's get right into it. The mom.
Fun, is that what we're having? Is that what we're having, Caroline? It's fun? Okay. If you say so.
The mom in you, right? There you are. Yeah, everybody talks about White House press secretary. Hey, you're a mom 1st.
Again, a year older than me. I forget she is a mother. I feel so I don't know how to feel about this. Like I have people who I went to school with who are parents now. It's not like impossible. But they're also not working in the fucking White House. They're not working in the White House. What is she doing there? Not that I think mothers can't work in the White House. I just don't know that a 27-year-old should be tasked with being a mother, working in the White House, and being like basically the one who is speaking for the president, delivering his message to the country, who gets 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I assume they have nannies, I guess, but like, oh my god, it's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm very blessed to have a great support system, an incredible husband who's the best father to our little son, and my mother who comes to town quite often, and other help as well that can be there to nurture and to be there when I can.
Okay, that's great and all, but it's also nannies, right? Like, it's also nannies. Who is her husband? I know I'm like supposed to be the expert here, but who is her husband? A People magazine. That's her husband? Oh my god. That man is not taking care of the kids. Come on. Come on. Caroline Leavitt and her husband, Nicholas Richo, met in 2022 before getting married 3 years later. They got married this year. They got married right before the inauguration, 2 days before Donald Trump's second inauguration in January 2025. That's crazy. As the youngest person in history to hold her role, Leavitt is aware of the tension to her age and her 32-year age gap with her husband. Oh my god! Ah! Caroline! Caroline, you're not beating those allegations. And by those allegations, I mean the singular allegation from me that I think you are a little gay. Now let me explain myself. This girl played softball in college. She went to a Catholic school. So I know she has some repression happening here. And then she married a man who was 32 years her senior. I don't know, man. It's giving compat. Like, why else would you, it's giving they told you you needed to marry a man, and you said, bet, I can marry a man. And you picked the first man you saw, and it was a 59-year-old named Nico. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is. Listen to me. I need you to understand me right now. I don't have a problem with age gap relationships between two consenting adults. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep over this. However, do I think that a 59-year-old and a 27-year-old have any business together? No, I really don't. Like, it's weird. It's a little odd. Like, I'm going to look at you a little sideways because it's like okay. For him it's like there's no way you have anything in common with this woman. But at the same time, Caroline Leavitt is this like super conservative. She gives me trad wife vibes. I don't know. I guess if she was a real trad wife, she wouldn't be working, but like you know what I mean? I'm even more fascinated with her than I was when I started this video. I, everything I learn about her makes her more fascinating to me. What do you mean she has a 59-year-old husband? All the best, I guess, but Caroline, you could do you can do you could do better. She could do better. I'm gonna say it. She could do better. I said it. Look, nothing. Sorry to this man. He seems like a very nice guy. I mean, they look happy to like look at this. I'm so mad. I'm so mad because every time some ain't shit man ends up with a woman who is way out of their league, a part of me dies. And how do I know he's an ain't shit man? I know he's an ain't shit man because he's married to Karoline Leavitt. Okay? She also ain't shit. Okay? She is a stereotypical attractive blonde woman in her 20s. And it's always sad to see a bad bitch go out early, okay? It's always sad to see a bad bitch go home from the club early. But she had to go home early. You know why? Because she had to be the press secretary. She can't be wilding out as the press secretary, which is why it's insane to me that they hired a 20-year-old. Like, let her go live her life. Let her go kiss some girls. Let her go discover herself. She's 27. How did you end up in this position? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I brought you here to watch a video, and now we're learning about her husband. She says he's incredible. He grew up in New Hampshire as one of 4 children. Went to Plymouth, at which time he experienced financial insecurity. Okay, sure, whatever. Financial insecurity for this man was probably like his parents stopped paying for all of his meals, you know. Following college, Riccio took a real estate course and pursued a career in the field, eventually becoming a scion in the business with his own company. Blah blah blah. He now owns 50. Yeah, this is like, I'm sorry. It's such a typical, like, if I were like an alien who came down from space and I had never met a human man before, and you know, put me down in front of like the television and I absorbed like the past like 30, 40, 50 years of like television and content, and I would come away with the idea of the type of man I needed to find. And that would be this guy. It would be a typical successful self-made businessman who, you know, didn't come from like a crazy rich background, but you know, he's not like he's well off enough and works his way to the top. He's and now he's like a landlord and rents out building, owns 15 buildings and has his own business, and he's your typical self-made American man. Like, is he is he I think they both are. Like, they met when she was 25, guys. Like, again, I'm all for consensual. I don't care, to consenting adults, whatever. I also don't like Caroline Leavitt, so whatever. But I just think it's weird when you're 57 talking to a 25-year-old. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird to me. Wait a minute. Okay. So wait. Another thing. This baby was born out of wedlock. Not that I give a fuck, but what happened to the traditional family values on the right? This 59-year-old, 58-year-old man got this 20-something-year-old woman pregnant before marrying her, significantly before marrying her, because their baby was born on July 10th, 2024. They just got married this year in January. And the baby, has to bake for 9 months. Wait a minute. Karoline. Karoline. Oh my god. I'm surprised they let her be press secretary. Isn't that like a I mean, again, this administration doesn't give a fuck about that. They hired Pete Hegseth. Um, they hired Pete Hegseth. They got Elon Musk running around. They don't care about this shit, but I do. I care about consistency. That's what I care about. And they're not being very consistent right now. Traditional family values says that you don't get women half your age pregnant a year before marrying them. I did not expect. I found out multiple things about her that I did not expect to find out. when I sat down to make this video, oh my god, somebody please help me. Oh my god, she cut her maternity leave short after Trump got shot. That's hilarious. Oh my god, is this not the proposal pictures? This man, look at this man. You're Come on, dude. Come on, dude. He is. He is. The girls that get it, get it. So the couple got engaged in December 2023. They didn't tie the knot until January 2025. Yeah, so they've got engaged in December 2023. The baby was born in July. So they got engaged probably around the time she found out she was pregnant. That's so funny. Leavitt revealed her engagement with a photo of her ring and Riccio down on one knee, simultaneously debuting her relationship on Instagram. She's so messy. Okay. All right. This took me the comments. She'll be 52 in 25 years. He'll be 84. She'll be on husband number 2 by then. I haven't met a woman yet who thought it was great to be married to an older man once he actually got older. That's so funny. I didn't mean to like fall down this rabbit hole. So, what we learned about Caroline Leavitt from this article here is that she is married to a man who is twice her age basically, and that she got pregnant before they got married, which is fine. Again, I'm saying I am not judging it. I have many people in my own family who did that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's fine. My only problem is I hate hypocrisy. I hate it. I hate it so goddamn much. I hate hypocrites so goddamn much. And the part in the fucking right is always about family values and that kind of shit. And usually, or at least they used to frown on people having babies out of wedlock. That used to be a thing that they frowned on. Maybe they don't frown on it anymore. Maybe they're growing. That's great. I mean, I would love for the right to grow and change and not be so judgy of people. I just don't think that's what's happening here. That's crazy. Oh my god, Caroline, you fascinate me even more now. I'm so fucking interested. Please, tell me more about Caroline as we get through the rest of this video. Oh my god. You learn something new every day. Wow. And once again, I must say, maybe this is a lot for a 27-year-old. I think maybe that, especially knowing what I know now, I'm wondering if maybe she didn't plan on marrying this man originally. It's not uncommon for people to get pregnant accidentally and then have a kid, and I have to imagine that if they weren't engaged yet, they probably weren't attempting to get pregnant. They probably weren't planning to have a kid. Yeah. Hey, yo. More power to her. You know what? More power fucking to her. Caroline. Back to the Trump press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, on faith and politics. Yeah. Talk to me about faith, Caroline.
Your Catholic education, you've talked about this before, about how it shaped who you are today. Tell us about that. How so? Because the Catholic education was very important. Your Catholicism growing up, God, church, very important to you.
Yes.
Oh, I bet it was. So important to her. I'm sorry. I'm being mean. I'm being mean. I just hate hypocrites. I just hate the hypocrisy of the fucking right and conservatives and the way that they will be like, you need to do this, 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 and this, and I'm glad that she is able to spit in their face and be like, no, I'm going to do things this way. I wish maybe I wish I could believe that it was done with a little bit more agency on her part, but from where I'm sitting, I just see a 20-year-old who's in way over her head in a lot of ways. Like, in over her head in her job, in over her head in her marriage, in over her head in just every single way. Like, this woman looks a little tired to me. I mean, I don't know. I have too much empathy. I'm starting to empathize with this woman. I need to stop. I need to remind myself that she gets up here every single day and lies for the administration. And with that, I will always remember that she is a liar as well. And you know what I also hate? Liars.
My faith is incredibly important to me. I would argue now more than ever, being in a role that is very demanding and at times controversial, and there's a lot of public pressure and discussion online about who you are and your family, and it could be difficult for someone who doesn't have faith, but with faith.
Oh, she reads the comments. She's reading the comments. Oh, I hope she watches this video. Caroline, if you watch this video, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of not of your work, but I'm a fan. You're fucking funny. You are fucking funny.
Your communication colleague, Taylor Budowich, said this about you. He says, Caroline, he was being very complimentary, he said, Caroline has an iron stomach for Trump politics. And I was like, I've got to ask her, so what does that mean exactly, an iron stomach for Trump politics?
Yeah, that's very kind of Taylor to say. He's our deputy chief of staff, and he's doing a phenomenal job. We have an amazing team here at the White House, and we're all having a lot of fun together working. We're with each other all day long, so it's very good that we have a great team.
Yeah, you better like each other.
Yeah. As for the iron stomach comment, I mean, I think it's a tough business, politics, and you can't get knocked down by what people say.
It's a tough business having to lie every single day for the administration. I mean, you don't understand. Sometimes I have to come up with lies on the spot. Sometimes I have to come up with lies so crazy that they're so unbelievable even to me. But I have to sell them as if they're real. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Like, because that's what she does. That's literally all she does every single day is get up there and fight with these fucking reporters. And sometimes they glaze her. Sometimes she throws a little shade at them. She gets a little petty. She gets a little scrappy. And they just go back and forth for like half an hour. And she has to lie and distract from the topic at hand. You just gotta like, play the role of the stooge and just be like, yeah. Yep, nope, I'm totally answering your questions truthfully. And, like one fucking time they asked her, hey, how can the administration trust that the people you are deporting to El Salvador are actually criminals? And she was like, oh, the ICE agents and the law enforcement agents are good at their jobs. Trust me. Trust me.
Online or the negativity, you just have to know that you're doing your job and doing it.
She's reading those comments so hard, bro.
The best of your ability and speaking the truth, and that's what I try to do every day.
It's warfare out there. In Christian terms, people will call what's happening in our country today spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Do you see it in those terms, kind of good versus evil out there, and that context? How do you see that?
I certainly believe in spiritual warfare, and I think I saw it firsthand, especially throughout the campaign trail with President Trump. And I think there certainly were evil forces, and I think that the president.
Oh, brother. Not this Christian warfare, spiritual warfare bullshit, man. I can't. Christians are not being condemned. They are not being prosecuted. There's no prejudice against Christians. You are fucking fine. Your life is fine. You live in a fucking mansion probably with your fucking it's such bullshit. Like, you are not being prosecuted in any fucking way. You're doing the prosecuting.
Was saved by the grace of God on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, and he's in this moment for a reason. We're all here for a reason, and I think it's a miraculous thing that has taken place in our country.
Trump got that heaven's mandate, bro. God, every day I wish that had never even fucking happened, man. That they just had never even fucking done that shit, because every day since, he's like, I am ordained by God. God has blessed me. Like, this is some fucking king and country shit, bro. Are you kidding me? Are we England? Are we England? Because they still have a king, and I'm being real with you. I'd rather have him, because he doesn't do shit. He's just the figurehead.
Let's talk about you for a moment, because you and I go back to when you were running for Congress, and you win the primary, you lose.
She ran for Congress? Oh my God. Can you imagine a world where Karoline wins Congress? Wins a fucking position in Congress? Oh my God.
You just have to trust the process and trust that he's working in your life, and stay grounded in your faith throughout the way.
You're 27, Gen Z. You know, there's a spiritual revival, it seems, in this country right now, especially in the youth. We're seeing this at college.
Gen Z mentioned, hey. Pour one out for the homies. Gen Z, that's me. That's why I'm so fascinated with her, you know? She's the, like, only fucking person in this administration that's Gen Z, and it's so interesting to me. Because, like, why the fuck?
I mean, proximity is everything. Can you talk a little bit about the impact you believe that faith office will have on policies, not just out of the White House, but in really every cabinet agency?
Pastor Paula White and her team are doing an amazing job leading up the White House Faith Office, and the president has entrusted her for many years. They've been close friends. But now, again, as you said, the proximity to the Oval Office and the leader of the free world is a promise President Trump made on the campaign.
This is just like a mini press conference for, like, the Christians that watch this channel. That's what this is, right? It's just a press conference for the Christians that watch this channel. It's not really an interview with her. Like, they've asked a few questions about her, but it's really just a press conference for Christians.
And he has delivered.
Who have seen some of the praise and worship actually coming out of the White House. I mean, that she's doing that. That's got to be pretty significant, the fact that that's actually happening inside this White House, especially after the last 4 years.
Definitely. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Let me ask you about the press, obviously.
Sure.
Let's start with this.
What does that even mean? Biden's a Catholic. What does that even mean? Biden's a fucking Catholic. They made a whole big deal about him being the first Catholic to fucking win since, what, Kennedy?
After President Trump's resounding victory on November 5th, and the American public.
I love how they use the same terminology. Resounding victory. Like, that's how they're all say. Like, they obviously have, like, certain, like, words and, like, phrases they're supposed to hit and certain talking points they're supposed to hit, which is, you know, how marketing works, and that's basically what this is. But it makes sense. It's just like, it's just funny when they hit those points, and it's like resounding victory. Like, how many times do I have to hear the words resounding victory?
It's an honor that President Trump has entrusted me and has the confidence in me to speak on his behalf and on behalf of the White House. But it is also an honor, as you said, to get the truth out there and get the message of the White House and this team out there, and do it to
the quote unquote truth. The truth. Yeah. The truth. Yeah, okay. Also, yeah, it's crazy that he entrusted you with this position. Because you're 27. And as a 26-year-old, I think I'm allowed to say that. Like, no ageism or anything here, but, like, I think it's incredibly insane to trust a 27-year-old, freshly new mother, freshly new wife. That is a lot of life changes happening at once for a 27-year-old. And you're saying, here, be my spokesperson. Yep. All right. Cool.
So how do you go about, like, you're looking out into the crowd there, the press briefing room and everything. I mean, how are you kind of deciding who you're going to pick? You know, I mean, because you pick different people. Some people you pick kind of routinely, but other people you just kind of be around the room. How does that kind of work?
Sometimes she picks people because they make a face at her previous answer. She killed me. The one time she fucking was like, the woman in purple because you made a face at my previous answer. So what's up? And it's like, oh, fuck me. Like, okay, all right, damn, she want to fight. She said, you got a problem with what I just said, bitch? Karoline, no problems here, babe. No problems here.
Oftentimes the questions are predictable. If you just look at the MSDNC Chiron, you'll know where some of the reporters in
God, they're so, again, they hit the same talking points as Trump. The MSDNC shit, like, that's his fucking shit. He feels so fucking clever to have come up with that. He thinks he's so fucking clever. It's so funny. It's like a fucking child coming up with, like, their first joke, you know?
He says this about the White House press shop, quote, it's clear they're sending a message if we...
Did you see her face? No, watch her face. Watch her face. She's so...
And he says this about the White House press shop, quote, it's clear they're sending a message if we write or broadcast...
She did not like that. She's not a fan of this. I don't know what's happening here, but she was not a fan.
We have expanded the pool to new...
Yeah, they've expanded the pool to fucking social media reporters and like instant like YouTubers and like Instagram accounts named like MAGA Lover 2076 or something. Like,
you talked about the liberal media before you took this job. I mean, you've been talking about the liberal media for a while. Now that you've seen it up close, exactly what you thought? Worse than you thought? What do you think?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think I've been dealing with them for quite some time, so I knew what to expect coming into this role. And I think you have to really focus on the premise of their question, because they will inject their own bias into that premise, and you have to go after that premise when they're asking questions.
That's interesting. So going after the bias, kind of seeing that and be able to kind of filter through that.
Right.
I love this idea that like the right doesn't inject their own bias into things. It's only the left. It's only the liberal media. The right does not do any injecting of biases into their stories. They are 100% truthful and honest and right to the point. Yep. That's, yeah, sure. Why? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just look at the numbers. The Trump administration, we have faced thus far in 2 months more than 30 injunctions by activist judges. The Biden
Because you're committing all of the crimes. You are inventing new crimes to commit. You are committing crimes that haven't been committed since the start of this country. It just makes me so mad. Like, oh, we're being so attacked, you know, by these activist judges, and they hate us so much, but we're just trying to deport U.S. citizens, and you know, we're just trying to revoke student visas without due process, and you know, we're just trying to do normal stuff here. But the judges, man, it's like they can't let us violate the Constitution at a whim. Like, what is this, man? Fucking hell.
You have a judge who is trying to say the president of the United States cannot deport foreign terrorists, illegal immigrants from our nation's soil. If the president can't do that, the American people are in a lot of trouble. So a lot of these cases, all of them, are complete lunacy, and we're prepared to fight back in court.
Well, the problem is you guys haven't proven that you are deporting quote unquote terrorists and illegal immigrants, which I wouldn't really approve of anyway.
And that's why we have 3 branches of government. They are co-equal branches of government for a reason. Checks and balances, that's what our founding fathers intended. And they would be rolling over in their graves if they saw some of these cases and some of these judges who...
That's what they're doing. They're doing checks and balances. What do you mean checks? You can't invoke checks and balances and be like, oh, these judges, fuck them. Fuck them. You know what? Fuck them for doing checks and balances. You know what we're gonna do? Checks and balances. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're so stupid, dude. wherever you fall politically, when people say something like that, something that makes no fucking sense, when they are criticizing the judges for doing checks and balances, and they are like, "Oh, oh, our forefathers would be rolling over in their grave if they saw how these judges were violating checks and balances by doing checks and balances." That's stupid. That's illogical. Don't fall for that shit, dude.
He's making history, but so are you. The youngest press secretary, White House press secretary in the nation's history. What message is that sending to women overall and also women that want to get into journalism?
Yeah, Caroline, what message is that sending? Tell me. Tell me what message you are sending to women. Give it to us, Queen.
Well, I think it finally puts to bed the narrative that Mark Cuban wanted to push, that the president doesn't surround himself with strong and intelligent women. That is a fallacy. Not only his appointment of me as press secretary, but our chief of staff, Susie Wiles, who's the first female chief of staff in American history. Look at the women who make up his cabinet, all serving as great role models, many of them mothers, grandmothers who are doing this job at a very high level. And it's just an honor to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, personally, it's hard for me to look at a bunch of white women getting a job for a notoriously racist white man and feel any kind of goodness about it. Sorry, Caroline. That message fell flat with me.
I hope people just view me as a hard worker who wants to get the job done, and a good mother and good at my job. And I think that question has yet to be seen. We've only been here 2 months,
Yeah.
David. We'll sit down again in 4 years.
Fair enough. Thanks, Caroline.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. This video was long, mostly because we went down the rabbit hole with that article at the beginning there. I learned a lot about Caroline Leavitt. I learned that I'm maybe saying her last name correctly, that she is a mother, that her husband is twice her age, that they got married this year, that they had their baby last year. Again, want to make it very clear, I don't care if you have a baby and aren't married. I don't care if you get married after that or if you never get married. I don't give a fuck as long as you are a happy, healthy parent and you raise a happy, healthy child. That's all I care about. Again, I just hate hypocrites. I hate liars. And I hate the whole we're the party of family values, but we never actually hold anybody to that standard. So it's like, why the fuck do you even say that shit? Why the fuck do you put that shit out in the atmosphere? All right. This was fun. I did actually have have fun with this. Again, there's something about Caroline Leavitt that is so funny to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's just that we're so close in age and I went to school with so many girls like her. She reminds me of so many of the girls I went to school with, and I just can't help it. I look at her and I'm like, there are so many other routes you could have taken. How did you end up here? How did you end up at 27 as the spokesperson for Donald fucking Trump? And I gotta find my fun in this administration somehow. So if this is it, this is it. Alright. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Check out my other videos. Wear headphones because the sound might be a little jacked up. I'm not sure if I've managed to fix it yet. I'm working on it. Stay tuned for more stuff like this, other stuff. Follow me on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram. Plenty of links down below you can click on. Hit that like button. Hit that like button for me. Then hit that subscribe button for me. And then drop a comment. Tell me if you think I'm fucking crazy for how fascinated I am with Caroline Leavitt. Because I could be crazy. I've been crazy before. I'll be crazy again if I have to be. I like laughing at this shit. That's all. I'm gonna end it. I'm ending it for real because I have to go edit this and it's already an hour and a fucking half long. It's so long. Oh my god, this was not supposed to be that long. Alright, peace. Bye. Gotta go. Gotta jet. I'm out.